Hello and welcome. It is Heresy Thursday. It is I, Raziel, and today it's all about Imperialis Leodionis, or what everyone else just calls Epic, because using stupidly long names is stupid and long. Anyway, and it is Epic today, and it's basically 4 tanks. Well, it's 1 tank, pictured 4 times, and it is the Spartan Land Raider. I quite like these in Heresy, to be honest with you. They've definitely done their job, and they're good for transporting Terminators and other models. So hopefully that will transfer well, and with the same kind of points cost. You definitely have some hard hitting weapons with them as well, because there's 2 varieties of weapons here. You have the quad las cannon and the other one, which is the not with las cannon. I have read this a couple of times now. The quad link las cannon, or the laser destroyer arrays. There you go. So armor is not going to be too much of a problem. It's going to be pretty lethal in ranged, and will quite easily get most of your troops up in combat without too much issue. But yeah, so hopefully, like I said, the rules will transfer quite well, and it will do this kind of same job, but it does enhance Heresy. So you get 4 in a box by the looks of it. My only real issue is the tracks. Again, look kind of doughy. I don't know if it's the paint job or the sculpting. It doesn't look good. And again, the problem is, like, I've seen the drop pods now, so I know they can do some pretty good looking epic stuff, which is very close to the full size model. However, this is not that. This is definitely really not great on the tracks. What I think will highlight this the most is that the tracks look doughy, yet all the other bits are actually really crisp and clean and sharp, like you would expect. And I don't think they've actually repeated any model twice here either. No, they haven't. They're all 4 different models, which makes a change from them photoshopping the same one twice or 4 times, because you've got the guy on the turret in 2 of them. One with a storm bolter, another with a heavy flamer, that is, with the las cannons, one with nothing. Though to be fair, it looks like someone didn't do their job and didn't finish that model. That was kind of rushed out and kind of silly. And one without anything. I will always build my tanks without anyone. I just do it that way, always have done, always will do, because I just prefer it. And of course we talk about Arkan. I swear to... Well, this is just the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Arkan Land. It's named after him. Not that it went over land. No, land. Or it raided land. No, it's named after someone called Land. It's the stupidest thing in Warhammer 40k lore. And this is coming from someone, possibly like Obi-Wan Crusoe Kenobi. You know, that guy as well. And the half Eldar, half Ultramarine hybrid librarian. None of that kind of tops the stupidity, but they've literally had to almost name everything after someone. The Astartes is after Aaron Astarte. And now we got Arkan Land and the Land Raider. It's just stupid. I don't like it. It's a silly bit of retconning. Just as for something that's meant to be grimdark, that doesn't help it at all. Anyway, so yeah, the Spartan Assault Tank. I like it. It does its job in Horus Heresy. Of course, it got removed from 40k when it was a Lord of War because it was so dope. But yeah, just there you go. And next week again is more Epic as well. I think they're doing Epic a lot now because, of course, Epic is coming out soon, and we got Warhammer Day in a couple of days, and Epic's not going to be there. You are releasing a brand new game and you forget to do it for your big trade show thing. Yeah, it's a bit silly anyway. And we've had a good week for Horus Heresy this week. Monday, I can't remember. Tuesday we had... What did we have Tuesday? We had the Demons of the Ruined Storm drop. Army list drop. I quite like, actually. Because it really does open it from all models. Like, it can really go mad on that one. And so we've had that. And of course we've got this. And again, it's not bad. I quite like the models. But the tracks do look a little bit doughy. And I bet you can tell I'm really trying to stretch this video out. I really am. So let's talk about something else. Let's talk about Mantic. Mantic have 3 games coming out. Well, 4 games. One only has 50 copies left. That was Barwin Brawl. That is their Christmas advent calendar. That looks pretty good. We have the Umbrella Academy, which is based on the comic. Okay, the next 2 games are also based on comics. The models look pretty good. I do like them. Mantic models always do look good in my opinion. They're not as clean cut as 40k or Games Workshop, but they kind of have that aesthetic that they've been made by hand, which adds something to it. A bit of imperfection just adds to it. And you get the board, the game, and everything, and you get several models, which are Space Boy, Number 5, Seance, Rumour, and Kraken in the Umbrella Academy game. Of course, just so you know, this is based on the comic, not the TV series. Next is a dice game. I have no idea how to play dice games. These really don't interest me. I just got to stretch this video out to 10 minutes. That's The Walking Dead. The artwork on the cards looks pretty good. Very close to the comic. So they look good too. Well, that's what you'd expect, really, isn't it? And they also have Invincible, the dice game as well. Again, something I don't play. I don't play dice games. Wouldn't know how to do this. But I mean, the art looks good on the cards. It looks like the comic. Can't really complain there. Everything's doing quite well, aren't they? Also, I'm going to just throw my little hat in of a bit of a rumour I've heard. I think might be interesting. But all the Demon Primarchs are coming to Horus Heresy. Now, as far as I know, only 6 of the bad traitors actually ascended. You've had Horus, who we have now. We've got Fulgrim, who's coming. Okay, they ascended during the Horus Heresy, not after. So, as I was saying, you've got Fulgrim. He's apparently getting a novel as well coming out around the same time as his release. Well, that's kind of to be expected. We know Mortarion did. He turned in the warp during his transportation. I think it was 2 Terra, but they think they've changed that now anyway. Angron, we know, because Pertuabo beat the hell out of him. Magnus turned as well after being attacked on Prospero. So he was probably the first one to really turn into a Demon Primarch if you think about it. Lorgar as well. So that's all of them. We know Conrad Kurz didn't turn during the Horus Heresy, or at all actually, because he died. And Pertuabo didn't turn during the Horus Heresy. He turned afterwards. Many believe it's the fact it was the Iron Cage what actually ascended him into demonhood. So I hope Pertuabo doesn't get a demon version ever, and I want them to retcon that so bad. Pertuabo shouldn't be a demon. He just shouldn't be. He would never sell his soul to the higher gods, the dark gods. But then again, thinking about this, there is a demon prince who was a loyal imperial soldier, and she was so bloodthirsty that Khorne took notice and literally converted her into a demon prince there and then, and she wasn't even a Khorne worshipper. So Pertuabo could still turn, but not, it would be against his will. Not all Primarch, or not all, ascensions are 100% consensual. So there's my little rumour I've heard that we're going to get all of them. And if that's the case, I do what I've done. And this is something I've done because I'm doing Thousand Suns for Horus Heresy is get the Games Workshop model now. Because we're going to see probably another price rise in a couple of months, maybe 3, 4, 5 months. And so get them now in preparation. And especially before the Fulgrim Forge World model drops as well. And this also kind of works because we got the battle of the exemplary battles coming and a new army coming. And I honestly still think today that the new army is going to be what's it called? Demons. And I still think it, and it would be great to see it, but I can't see any Imperial armies being done unless we get not even if we get a full Imperialist militia or a new Imperium book, maybe, but a full new army. It's going to have to be demons. I know some people are saying Solo Auxilia, but Solo Auxilia exists, and I don't know, all in plastic would be pretty good. We have some plastic kind of models now as well, so that'll be pretty good. So what do you think? What model do you think is going to come out next? Do you think it's going to be, what's the new army do you think it is? Solo Auxilia, demons, or something else? Or something else entirely? Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I have waffled on for the last 5 minutes because YouTube algorithm. And if you have made it this far, hello and thank you very much for watching. There is a link to winning games down below if you want to save some money on your Warhammer. There is, of course, which is 20% off up to 20% off and free delivery after £20. There is as well Forbidden Planet if you like comics and nerdy stuff as well. Great shop, I go there quite often. There is also My Comics, My Merchandise. My Comic is basically a retelling of Red Riding Hood, in case you're curious, with more violence. And Patreon. But as always, you guys, I honestly mean it when I say it. If you're going to support the channel, click on one of the links, buy yourself something nice. You're supporting the channel either way, and I'd rather you do that rather than just give me money. I'm not going to say no to money, but it is something I would prefer. And I'll see you all again soon. And tomorrow's video is actually one I've been working on for the past 3 weeks, and it is looking at all the black books for the Horus Heresy. I finally got Siege of Catonia now, which I'm going to be reading all night tonight. And so I'm going to do a little ranking system of which one's the best and worst based on several different factors. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.